I pledge allegiance FORSEY, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, like the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our virtual Veterans Day Assembly. We'd like to welcome you to our ceremony and thank you for attending. I'm honored to be speaking with you today on such an important occasion. We're here today to honor our service members and to remember their sacrifices that they have made and the courage it takes to defend, honor, and give duty to our country. A writer once said, "Valor is stability, not of legs and of arms, but of courage and of the soul." We're here today to honor our heroes, to remember their achievements, their courage, and their dedication, and to say thank you for their sacrifices. Thinking of those heroes who join us in this group today, and those who are here only in spirit, a person can't help but feel awed by the enormity of what we encounter. We stand in the midst of patriots and the family and friends of those who have nobly served. I'd like to ask our service members to please take a moment to just kind of stand as we all self-reflect for you, and we thank you for answering the call to duty. You have made our armed forces the most respected in the world. Now I'd also like to thank our family members of any service member. Please take a moment for you to reflect as well. We know that you have lived through difficult times and have often taken the heavy load to keep the home fires burning. So we really thank you for what you have done as well. The service members we honor today came from all walks of life, but they shared several fundamental qualities. They possessed courage, pride, determination, selflessness, and dedication to duty and integrity. All the qualities needed to serve a cause larger than oneself. Many of them didn't ask to leave their homes to fight on distant battlefields. Many didn't even volunteer. They didn't go to war because they loved fighting. They were called to be a part of something bigger than themselves. They were ordinary people who responded in extraordinary ways in extreme times. They rose to the nation's call because they wanted to protect a nation which has given them and us so much. Since the first shots of Lexington and Concord were fired and our Revolutionary War began, American men and women have been answering the nation's call of duty. Millions of Americans have fought and died on battlefields here and abroad to defend our freedoms and way of life. Today, our troops continue to make the ultimate sacrifices, And even as we lose troops, more Americans step forward to say, I'm ready to serve. They follow the footsteps of generations of fine Americans. Veterans Day, originally called Armistice Day, was originally designated as a day to celebrate the end of World War I. The First World War ended November 11, 1918, and the legislation that created Veterans Day was, and I quote, dedicated to the cause of world peace and to be hereafter celebrated and known as Armistice Day. As time went on and we engaged in further conflicts during World War II in Korea, veterans groups lobbied for a change. Rather than honoring the armistice and only those who served in World War I, the holiday would now honor all veterans from every war and conflict that the United States had encountered. We even honored our troops and their service and sacrifice ever since. We have awarded medals to many soldiers, added their names to monuments, and named buildings for them to honor them for their bravery. But nothing can ever replace the hole left behind by a fallen service member, and no number of medals and ribbons can comfort the ones left behind. Today, people throughout the country will gather together to remember, to honor, and to pay gratitude to those who have served our country. Our gathering is just a small spark in the flame of pride that burns across the nation today and every day. It's not a lot, but it's one small way that we can honor those who have made the ultimate sacrifice so that we can live in freedom. I greatly appreciate your presence here today and watching our virtual Veterans Day. It is very, very special to us because we truly would like to make sure that you understand that we here at the 567 Center honor our veterans, honor their families, and hope that our generation that we are bringing through this building knows exactly how important you are to America. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day.
Michael Alphonse. Student's name, Dominic Alphonse. U.S. Army. Staff Sergeant on active duty, deployed 5 times. Thomas Burley. Nephew of Mrs. Radinsky. U.S. Army. Private second class, trained in Fort Bragg, North Carolina, and now stationed in Fort Bliss, Texas. Edmund DRABINSKY. Grandfather of Angie Cressman. U.S. Army, served as a corporal in the 110th Infantry, stationed in Germany during the Korean War, 1951 through 1953, awarded the Occupation Medal. Patricia EINSLA and Wheeler EINSLA. Student name, Russell EINSLA, U.S. Air Force. Patricia was a first lieutenant, Wheeler a sergeant, served in San Antonio, Texas. Keith A. FORSEY, student's name, Kaya FORSEY, U.S. Marine Corps, served from 1987 through 1995, was a sergeant and received the Good Conduct Medal, a meritorious service medal, and he was a rifle expert. William Fryer, student's name, Zoe Fryer, U.S. Army, private first class, served in Vietnam 2 tours in Cambodia from July 29, 1969 to July 29, 1971. He was in Vietnam from January 5, 1970 through March 1, 1971, with the heavy artillery using a 155 mm howitzer. Ted Gallagher, student's name, Ryan Eisenhart, U.S. Army. When Ted graduated from college, he enlisted and went to office candidate school in Fort Sill, Oklahoma. He originally signed up for the cavalry, but soon changed his mind when he realized that he may not return. He then requested artillery, and it was a decision that saved his life. He reached the rank of colonel, was in the artillery division, and his tour of duty was Vietnam. He remained in the Army Reserves until 1996, and he currently is the director at the Camden County Office of Veteran Affairs. Edward HIERGESELL, student's name, Grace Schlegel, U.S. Army, achieved the rank of Specialist E5 and served in Germany, Virginia, and Texas. June 1966, basic training in Fort Gordon, Georgia. August 1966, advanced infantry training in Fort Jackson, South Carolina. Missile Equipment Engineer School in Fort Belvoir, Virginia. Deployed to Freising, Germany, Hawk Missile Unit, November 1966. Deployed to Fort Bliss, Texas, White Sands Proving Grounds, January 1969. Honorable discharge June 6, 1969. U.S. Army Reserves 1969 through 1972. Todd J. Jordan. Student's name Alexander Jordan. U.S. Army. Served for 10 years and is currently in the U.S. Army Reserve. Signal Information Service, NCO. He also served in Kuwait. Roy L. Linkenhoker, Sr. Student's name Jacob Conrad. U.S. Marine Corps. Corporal, Willow Grove Naval Air Station. Enlisted February 1965. Boot camp in Parris Island, South Carolina. Served in Marine Reserves at Willow Grove from 1965 through 1971. Worked on an F-8 Crusader safety and survival crew, taking care of the oxygen for the pilot and the ejection seat. James Mastrocola. Student's name Alexander Jordan. U.S. Navy, served 4 years. Thomas McLaughlin. Student's name Sadie Valentino. U.S. Navy, served during World War II and the Korean War. David MICHNIEWICZ. Student's name Timothy Lewis. U.S. Navy. Was an E-7 Chief Petty Officer, served for 33 years, stationed on the USS Newport News and multiple other command posts, including the Naval War College. Received 3 Navy Commendation Medals and 8 Marine Corps Achievement Medals. Brooke Moyer, niece of Mrs. Radinsky, U.S. Army. Private First Class Striker Combat Mechanic. She was trained in Fort Jackson, South Carolina, Fort Lee, Virginia, and Fort A.P. Hill, Virginia, and Fort Indiantown Gap, Pennsylvania. Ed Reilly. Student's name Olivia Keys. U.S. Navy. Second Petty Officer. Aviation Machinist Mate. Served in the Mediterranean Sea on an aircraft carrier. Stephen Riggs. Student's name Luke Riggs. U.S. Army. He was a specialist, served in Schweinfurt, Germany, served from 1993 through 1995. Expert Infantryman Badge, Combat Lifesaver Certification. Charles D. Ritchie. Student's name Xander Hinkle. U.S. Army. Specialist E5, served in Thailand. Robert Rizzo. Students' names Sophia and Sarah Rizzo. U.S. Navy. Was a SFM-2E5. Served in Florida and South America. Active duty from August 1996 through August 1968 and discharged honorably. Went on to then serve in the reserves. Jacob and Whitney Rogers. Student's name Dominic Alphonse. U.S. Army. Jacob Rogers, Private First Class in the Reserves. Whitney Rogers, Staff Sergeant, served for 15 years, deployed 2 times. Matt SEGAL. Student's name Kaylee Brown. U.S. Army. Served in Iraq as a sergeant. Rob Simpson. Mara Simpson is our student. U.S. Army. Served in Vietnam and was in the reserves. David H. Smith. Student's name Emily Flogus. U.S. Navy. Was an EM-1 SS during the Vietnam era. Rank of EM-1 SS means Electrician Mate First Class and is submarine qualified. Michael Swartwood. Student's name Ryan Clark. U.S. Army. Served in Vietnam 1969 through 1970 with the 25th Infantry. Airborne Ranger. Was a Purple Heart recipient. John Clifton Tucker. Student's name Sadie Valentino. U.S. Army. Served in World War II, the Korean War, Vietnam War. Achieved the rank of Lieutenant Colonel. Jean Tufillara. Kaya and Brecken Pence are the students. U.S. Navy. Second Class Petty Officer. Electronics Technician. Served from 1966 through 1970, served on the USS Observation Island, which was the first to launch a Polaris missile at sea. Brandon Unruh. Student's name Ava Unruh. U.S. Army. Specialist in Afghanistan. Served from 2008 through 2016. deployed 2009 through 2010, received Afghanistan Service Campaign Medal. Joseph Valentino, student's name, Sadie Valentino, U.S. Army, served during the Cuban Uprising. Jonathan W. Wesler, Sr., student's name, Graham Brunninger, U.S. Marine Corps, Lance Corporal, Vietnam 1968 through 1970, received 2 Purple Hearts, also the grandfather of Tyler Wesler in 6th grade.
Robert Bailey. Student's name, Kelsey Malloy, United States Army, Specialist, 4th class, served in Vietnam from December 1966 through May 1967. He was wounded in action and received 2 Purple Heart medals. John F. Calder. Student's name, Tyler Donnelly, United States Navy, Radar Man, 3rd class, Petty Officer, serving from 1962 through 1966, with tours of duty on the West Coast, the Far East, and the 2 different destroyers in Vietnam. Sean Robert Carpenter. Student's name, Chase Bolson, United States Marine Corps, served from 2005 through 2011 with a tour of duty in Fallujah, Iraq. William R. Clemens, Jr. Student's name, Molly Clemens, United States Navy, Petty Officer, 3rd class, served on the MSO 457 USS Loyalty, a minesweeper, covering Long Beach, California, Vietnam, Guam, Taiwan, Hong Kong, and Pearl Harbor, Hawaii. Stephen Denner, son of teacher Lisa Denner, United States Coast Guard, currently serving as a boatswain mate in Petersburg, Alaska, on a buoy tender which services the aids to navigation off of the coast of Alaska near Juneau. Gerald M. DeZura. Student name, Ella Wonderly, United States Army, Specialist 4, served in the military police with a tour of duty in Vietnam. Dennis Durachko. Student name, Katerina Durachko, United States Navy, Radio Man, 2nd class from 1962 through 1965, serving during the Cuban Missile Crisis. Matthew Durachko. Student's name, Katerina Durachko, United States Army, 12 Bravo Combat Engineer from 2014 through the present. John L. Gambino. Student name, Emma Huncher, United States Air Force, served at the Connally Air Force Base in Waco, Texas from 1952 through 1956. He was a refueling specialist who served during the Korean War, and he received the Air Force Commendation Medal. Sharon Germany. Student's name, Sophia Germany, United States Navy, 05 Commander, served from May 1989 through January of 2016, receiving 10 accommodations, including the Meritus Service Medal, 4 years enlisted, 15 years an officer, and 15 duty stations, including the Pentagon. Larry Hesh, Springford Area School District employee, United States Marine Corps, served from 1967 through 1969. He was a radio man in Vietnam. He also served in H&S Company in Camp Lejeune, where he handled highly confidential and top secret information. He was the recipient of 2 Purple Heart medals. Andrew Casper. Student name, Ella Gibbons, United States Army, Specialist 5, served for 6 years at Fort Knox, Kentucky. Walter F. Larkin. Student name, Brock Larkin, United States Army, Private, 1st class, E3, served in an Army MASH unit from 1950 through 1954 during the Korean War. He returned home and graduated from Temple Dental School in 1958 and served our local community for 58 years as an oral surgeon. Heather Mattern. Student name, Austin Fallon, United States Coast Guard, Commander, serving from 1994 to the present. She has served at the U.S. Coast Guard Academy aboard the USCGC Sherman in California, Philadelphia, Rotterdam, NPS Graduate School, Washington, D.C., New York, MSU, Morgan City, and Sector Charleston in South Carolina. Rena Mattern. Student name Austin Fallon, United States Army. Lieutenant Colonel, served from 1970 to 1998 with tours of duty in Vietnam, Fort Huachuca, Arizona, and Desert Storm in Saudi Arabia. She completed the Combat Nursing course, the Sanitation Officers course, and the Command and General Staff course. She received the Army Commendation Medal, the Meritus Medal, and the Bronze Star. Richard Mattern. Student name Austin Fallon, United States Army. Lieutenant Colonel, served from 1971 to 2009 with tours of duty at the Army War College, Carlisle Barracks, and Berlin, Germany. He completed the Counter and Tactical Intelligence courses as well as the Command and General Staff course. He received the Army Commendation Medal, the Meritus Service Medal, and the Logistics Executive Development course. Jack F. Monahan. Student name Max Morris, United States Navy. Seaman, First Class. He served for 2 years as a U.S. Navy Seabee during World War II in Nagasaki, Japan, operating equipment to clean up immediately after the dropping of the Fat Man, the atomic bomb. John R. Moyer. Student name Bryce Moyer. United States Air Force, Sergeant, served from 1967 through 1969 during the Vietnam War. He was awarded the Vietnam Service Medal with 1 bronze oak leaf cluster, an Air Force Good Conduct Medal, as well as a Marksmanship Medal. Michael J. Mulhall. Teacher, Christine Kaba. United States Military, Specialist, 5th Class, Sergeant. He served from 1968 through 1971 and was stationed at the 44th Medical Brigade with a tour of duty in the Vietnam War. Michael Murray. Student name Zoe Murray. United States Army. Chief Warrant Officer 4. Served as an Army aviator from 1980 through 2000 with tours of duty in Berlin, Heidelberg, Germany, Bosnia, and multiple deployments throughout the Middle East, North Africa, and Turkey. He received the Army Commendation Medal, the Army Achievement Medal, and the Army of Occupation Medal. Joe Russell. Student name Chris Russell, United States Marine Corps, Sergeant, served from 1987 through 1996. He is a Desert Storm veteran who served in Quantico, Virginia, with the Presidential Helicopter Squadron and the Combat Air Crew. Gene Scanlon. Student name Anthony DePalma, United States Army. Specialist 5. Served in the Army from October of 1968 to October of 1971. Serving in Vietnam from July of 1969 through July of 1970. He was awarded the National Defense Medal, the Vietnam Service Medal with 4 stars, the Vietnam Campaign Medal, the Good Conduct Medal, and the Bronze Star Medal. John M. Staley. Student name Lily Staley. United States Army. Master Sergeant. Enlisted in 1964 and served until 1985 with tours of duty in Japan, Vietnam, Fort Meade, Maryland, Harrogate, England, Arlington, Virginia, and at the NATO headquarters in Brussels, Belgium. Vince Tuano. Student name Sophia, Germany. United States Army, Corporal, E4, served from December 2nd, 1952 through November 26, 1954, with a tour of duty in Germany. He was assigned to the 1795 Battery B, 32nd Field Artillery Battalion, and received the National Defense Service Medal.
Robert Auld. Student's name is Allison Auld. He served in the U.S. Coast Guard as a petty officer, served in the Atlantic Coast, Hawaii, and Alaska. He served from 1980 to 1984. He received the Humanitarian Service Medal for service during Mariel Boatlift Cuban refugee exodus. Walter Baranowski. Student's name is Elise Graff. He served in the U.S. Army as a sergeant. He served in World War II and in the Battle of Luzon in the Philippines. Clarence Graff. Student is Elise Graff. Served in the United States Air Force as a corporal. Served in World War II in Italy, France, and England. Walter Nat. Student's name is Annabelle Martz. He served in the United States Army as a Special 4 non-commissioned officer. Served in Vietnam from 1967 to 1976 as military intelligence. Joseph Kochansky. Student names are Casey and Chris Dunleavy. He served in the United States Army as a Special 4. Served in Vietnam with the 48th Assault Helicopter Company in support of the 101st Airborne from 1965 through 1966. Tom Comp. Students' names are Jake and Trevor Comp. He served in the United States Air Force as an E4. He served from 1998 to 1992 at Edwards Air Force Base in California. Franz Kraselkovich. Student's name is Haley Casey. Served in the United States Air Force as a sergeant. Served stateside from 1989 to 1993. Leonard Lobel. Student name Ellie Crawford. He served in the United States Army as a colonel, and he retired after 30 years of service. Joseph Mallitz. Student is Elise Graff. He served in the United States Air Force as a sergeant, served in Cam Ranh Bay in Vietnam as a medical specialist during the Tet Offensive from 1965 through 1968. Lauren Nash. Staff member name Christine Sisson. Served in the United States Army. Major Lauren Nash is an active duty U.S. Army nurse practitioner. Her tours of duty include Iraq and Kuwait. She is currently stationed at Fort Bragg, North Carolina, and has served in Texas, Georgia, and the Carolinas. Michael Nash. Staff member's name Christine Sisson. Served in the United States Army. Served in the Iraq and Afghanistan wars. David Saldana. Student's name is Elizabeth Cox. He served in the United States Marine Corps as a sergeant. Served from 2000 to 2008, stationed in Iraq, Kuwait, South Korea, and Japan. Accommodations included Good Conduct Medal, Global War on Terrorism Medal, Sea Service Deployment Ribbon, Korean Defense Service Medal, Iraq Campaign Medal, and the National Defense Service Medal. Robert C. Sisson, Jr. Staff member's name Christine Sisson. Served in the United States Army. Sergeant Sisson served 2 tours in Iraq from 2007 to 2009 in support of Operation Iraqi Freedom. He deployed to Afghanistan on July 15, 2010 in support of Operation Enduring Freedom. Sergeant Sisson died on February 21, 2011 while actively serving in the Kandahar district of Afghanistan. His military awards include the Army Commendation Medal with an oak leaf cluster, Iraq Campaign Medal with 2 Bronze Service Stars, the Afghanistan Campaign Medal with a Bronze Service Star, Global War on Terrorism Service Medal, Combat Infantryman Badge, and received the Bronze Star Medal posthumously. Jacob Stead. Student's name is Aiden Stead. He served in the United States Air Army. Currently training to become a Green Beret Special Ops soldier in Fort Benning, Georgia. Heidi Thompson. Student's name is Nolan Palumbo. Served in the United States Navy. Served in Nassau Oceana, Virginia, VF 31 and 101. Heidi served as a line rat ground crew for Squadron F-14 Tomcats. James Thompson. Student name Nolan Palumbo. Branch of Service, United States Navy. Served as CTI-3 stationed in Fort Meade, Maryland. James is a 5th-generation Navy veteran from 2018 to present. James serves as a Russian linguist. John E. Thompson, student name Nolan Palumbo, served in the United States Navy as an E-3 machinist mate. Served in Athens, Greece, and U.S. home port in Norfolk, Virginia from 1969 to 1973. John served on the USS Forrestal CVA-59. He experienced a peaceful duty. Played cat and mouse game with the Russians in the Mediterranean Sea. John P. Thompson, student name Nolan Palumbo, served in the United States Navy. A 4th-generation Navy veteran, served in Norfolk, Virginia on the USS Cole DDG-67 from 1997 through 2001. John was on the ship when it was bombed on October 12, 2000. A special 20th anniversary ceremony took place on October 12, 2020 on the USS Cole docked in Norfolk, Virginia. John was awarded the Navy Marine Corps Commendation Medal for heroic actions.
Ladies